In this week's episode of The Enthusiast, Who the Phantom celebrates 2000 editions of The Phantom and so much more in this week's episode. And you're listening to the best Phantom podcast for Phantom fans. And let's roll on into the quickfire news. Few publications have released the Phantom issue number 1972, and this Phantom comic celebrates Frew's 2000th edition of the Phantom, and just look at that cover. Now, last week on the channel, I looked at this. I had an overview of this Phantom comic, so if you want to go have a look at that comic, that video, it will be up here somewhere. And as always, this Phantom comic is so good. Yeah, I am enjoying. I haven't started reading this Phantom comic yet, but I am going to enjoy every 2000 moment of me enjoying this just amazing Phantom comic book. This comic book is going to be a real collector's item. And that is why, folks, Brad Kelly has 2 copies. But the numbering for this is weird because it is issue number 1972, but it's also the 2000th edition. Whoa. I believe the numbering issue was found in the 1990s, and it's still one of life's many mysteries. It's still one of life's many mysteries. Like you're just watching a Spielberg movie, and they're just moving through a museum. And then our opens, Indiana Jones comes through and says,
"What's up, folks?"
There's a golden trophy. And coming up on this week's show, in the creators' news, Jeff Weigel's new Sunday art, publishers' news, Rip Kirby issue 1 released by Overshakti Comics, and in the Sydney Supernova. Who will be there in a new segment, Sydney Supernova? Who will be there? Jamie Johnson's new Phantom jam-packed collaboration, and we're also going to be talking about the LFMBEC Phantom dinner is coming up, and I'll tell you all about it, what it means, and let's get it on. Let's get it on like the T-Rex. This week in the creators news, Jeff Weigel over the past few weeks has been posting an interesting look at what we could be looking forward to with the new Sunday story that is currently in the works. And on May the 16th, we start with May the 16th, fans saw one amazing looking panel. It's up on the screen right now. It is fantastic. It is amazing. Just the level of precision, the level of detail, the level of know-how Jeff Weigel knows. The knowing power of Jeff Weigel is just... My brain just exploding in impact looking at that amazing artwork. It's so good. It is so good. And it's something you definitely do not see that often. How many times do you see a panel like that? The last time I saw something like that was to do with Hal Foster's Prince Valiant, when there has all these people and they're going to a faraway castle. It looks so majestic. So majestic. A time so long ago. It could have been in the 1930s. It could have been. And on May the 24th, 24th is great, and the most recent picture we have seen from Jeff, it just reminds me of something right out of an old pulp 1930s movie, and the old movie characters like Zorro. ching, ching, ching. And in 1930s pulp done right. This week in the publishers' news, Shakti Comics have finally released their new comic with the character being Rip Kirby. And now I have seen a lot of responses from fans of the publisher who haven't been happy with the presentation. And now I talked about this evolving topic last week on the channel, last week on episode 5 on the Enthusiast, and I'm still not happy about people having to wait. I'm still not happy about people having to wait 4 to 5 months for a Phantom comic, sometimes 6 months. 6 months until you have to wait for a comic. And now I know that in India there's only 2 publishers publishing the Phantom and other comic books, and that being Regal Publishers and Shakti Comics. And Shakti Comics publishing a lot of Phantom comics, and with that there's production and scheduling and whatnot. But seriously, Shakti Comics has been publishing comic books and books like this for the last couple of years. And you would think, with experience and with the years of know-how, that having a schedule and a production of when these books are supposed to come out, you'd think that would be a regular occurrence. Obviously, it's not. Obviously, there's something in the behind the scenes going on. There's something not getting done. There's something happening. And I do not know. I do not know all the questions. I do not know all those answers. But there's a lot. You've got to be wondering, why are comic books being delayed at Shakti Comics? Is there an answer to it? Will we have to wait even longer in the future? Will people start not buying comic books from Shakti Comics, which is sad? But if you're going to delay comic books to people who have already pre-ordered them, you've got to be wondering. You've got to be wondering, and you've got to be fixing something that's not right there. And if you're fixing that, you're fixing a problem, you're giving that problem a resolution, and you're answering a person's question of why my comic books are not coming to me regularly. Why are they being delayed? And that's the biggest question with Shakti Comics at the moment. They release a new set, and the biggest question that you initially have is this set going to be delayed? Is this new comic book that's coming out going to be delayed? Is it going to happen in the future? Is it going to be a regular occurrence? I'm hoping, I'm literally hoping that it's not going to happen every single time that they have released this new set of comic books, because like many people, I don't want to see a post saying, oh, Shakti Comics will be ceased production. I do not want to say that. Every comic book that gets made about the Phantom, gets made about Flash Gordon, made about Mandrake the Magician, made about Rip Kirby, it enables people to read those books. But if those books aren't up to standard, if those books aren't quality productions, you're going to have a hard time trying to convince people to buy new sets. You're going to have a hard time. Every new set that comes out, you're going to have a hard time, because you might get a reputation of being the publisher in India that delays Phantom comics, and you don't want that. You do not want that. And I'm not saying that that's their reputation, but they do seriously need to try and change. If they need to answer to one of their problems, which is getting books out on time. And if that's a scheduling thing, if that's a production thing, I don't know, because I don't have all the answers, and I'm not in the behind the scenes, and I don't I don't have all the answers to the questions. I'm just looking at it as a distance and wondering why they are getting delayed. And if this was to happen, if this too was to happen in Australia, no, you wouldn't, because there would be a nation uproar. There'd be many Phantom fans saying, but why is the Phantom being delayed in Australia? This has never happened before, and this will not happen in Australia. And this, in this day and age, you expect to have something that you bought and shipped to you in a timely manner. And I'm going to leave that there. And if you have any comments on this topic, you can comment them down below. And you can now watch my show, The Enthusiast, on Anchor and Spotify. The Enthusiast, where the passion for the Phantom doesn't waver. New episodes weekly on Tuesdays, and I will also be putting a link to the podcast in the description down below. It's one of the best, just a little plug here, it's one of the best Phantom podcasts ever made, and it's made by a true fan and Aussie. Hey, we have a new segment this week, and it's called Sydney Supernova. Who will be there? Sydney Supernova is coming up on the 22nd and 23rd of June this year. It's in 2 weeks, and I cannot wait for it. I am so pumped. I am so excited for it. And this year, there will be cover artists from a few of the publications, past and present. Ash from Art of Play could be there, which will be very, very exciting. And I'm hoping that everyone that's excited for the game is able to go to Sydney Supernova. I'm hoping to go there. I'm hoping to go there. And if I do go there, I'm going to be taking footage of Sydney Supernova, and it's going to be so good because every year I have been there. I've been going to Sydney Supernova since 2017. My first time I went to Sydney Supernova was 2017, and I've been there. I've been there 5 times. Yeah, so I know I get excited every year, and it's going to be so good. I'm hoping that the video game that's coming out later this year has some sort of booth, because if it does, you know that I'm going to be taking footage, I'm going to be taking videos, and I'm going to be I might even ask Ash Table Nichols some questions. So that'll be pretty cool if I'm able to do that. It'll be awesome. And on a plus note, I will also be there. In Jamie Johnson's new Phantom jam-packed collaboration, Jamie Johnson is returning to the Phantom in a jam-packed collaboration with 25 drawings each day, and all money raised from this collaboration will be donated to the Westmeads Children's Hospital, and the work that they do in changing and providing high quality care to people who are going through a rough patch. All these funds that are going to that hospital are going to help. So if you're able to buy an auction piece, if you're able to buy the full jam set that's going to be at Supernova, here's some of the artists who have come on board for this initiative, and there will also be an image up here explaining visually who they are. Okay, for those who came in out late, a charity jam project featuring Aussie Phantom artists both past and present, in association with the LFMBEC annual charity dinner, with 100% of the proceeds being donated to Westmeads Children's Hospital, a great initiative. All pieces inked by Jamie Johnson, pencils by include Glenn Ford, Jamie Johnson, Paul Mason, Nicole Scott, Chris Wall, David Dunson, Jason Paulos, Glenn Lobson, Gary Chalona, Grange Wallace, Jeremy McPherson, Antonio Lemos, Shane Foley, Dean Ronkine. I love his work. It's going to be up here. And Wayne Nichols, Lauren Marshall, Alex Strip, Matt Kime, Lillian McDonald, Marcelo Bates, Chewy Chan, and Cy Barry, with special thanks to the families of Peter Chapman, Keith Cato, and Lindsay Walker. And it's a great initiative, and thank you, Jamie Johnson and Chronicle Chamber, for starting this initiative and helping raising funds for people that are going through a rough time and who are sick. Because we all don't want to be sick, and the less time that we've been able to be sick in having fun is more time doing the stuff that we love. If you're coming in late and you do not know what this Phantom Dinner is, the LFMBEC Phantom Dinner is coming up soon, and the dinner raises funds for the Westmeads Children's Hospital, and is a great way to meet like-minded Phantom enthusiasts. If you want to find out more about the dinner, visit this website to learn more at www.lfmbec.org, and maybe you might see me there, because I'll be going to that dinner. I went there last year. It's such a great dinner. It's such a great way to meet up with people you haven't even met, but are Phantom enthusiasts like yourself. And it's a great dinner to be a part of. Like, they have a silent auction. You can talk to people, and it's great. It's a great environment. It's a great night, and I can't wait for it. I can't wait for Supernova, and I definitely cannot wait for the Phantom Dinner. And my second time being at this dinner, which is going to be awesome. And if you enjoyed Phantom Cave reviews, then subscribe to see more great videos, more Phantom-related videos like this. And as always, keep Phantom Caving, stay safe, and you'll see me next time on Phantom Cave Reviews. Bye!